Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing my favourite books that I read in 2023 and maybe a January TBR of what I want to read in January. And yeah, so if you go and watch my first video, which is all the books that I read in 2023, and then maybe come to this one so you kind of understand which books that I read all in 2023, and then these are the favourite ones that I did read. So yeah, let's get into it. The first book that I read was Say You Swear, and I read this one a couple days ago actually. I read it in a day because I was so invested. Like, reading in a day is rare for me, but when it happens, I know for a fact I will love that book. So I read it in a day because there was just, like, I was so invested in the characters and in the storyline that it was so good. So I highly recommend this book. So if you don't know anything about the book, that it is actually a love triangle, but I didn't really realise it was because there isn't much about the love triangle. I just didn't feel like it was like a proper love triangle trope because the girl in it didn't exactly mess any or string any guys along in it, which I feel like is most of the time what happens in love triangle tropes. But yeah, so what happens is there's a girl. Well, I'll just read the back. I'll just read the back of it for you so you kind of get a gist of what it is. For years I've dreamt of what college life could bring, and while some things changed, there was always one constant. It didn't matter how wild I allowed my imagination to run, my future was clear and he was it, until suddenly he wasn't. Now there's a new man in my life, one who isn't afraid to go after what he wants, and what he wants is me. Straight away when I read that, I was like, yeah, I'm sold, I'm getting it. So yeah, so this girl, oh my god, why have I forgotten her name already? Ariana. Ariana has been in love with her brother's best friend called Chase since she was little, and so they go on this annual trip to their like beach house every year, and so they're going again before they all go to college, and they're all going to the same college, but they all decided that they wanted to go for one last time before everything changes. So there's Ariana, her best friend Cameron, her brother Ariana's brother Mason, her twin brother Mason, his best friends Brady and Chase, and so they all go together, and you kind of like understand that she has been in love with him and she thinks he might also, and so she kind of tests the waters, and it kind of just goes from there. Like, everything that happens on the trip, like, you find out, and then it kind of just progresses on, and then you meet Noah Riley, who ends up being a love interest, and Noah Riley, absolutely love him. And then yeah, I honestly don't want to give much away because I am so bad at spoiling books and spoiling anything for people, so I'm trying so hard not to say certain things. But I would just say, yeah, definitely go and read it because it will not disappoint. And it was so emotional. I didn't realise how sad the book was going to be, and then things started happening and I was like, oh my god, I am actually not prepared for this. Like, I didn't realise it was going to be so sad, but also there's really happy parts, but there's really sad parts, and yeah, you just go through a roller coaster of emotions, so I highly recommend it, 100%. Then one of the books that was one of my favourites was Wildfire by Hannah Grace, which is so surprising because I didn't like Icebreaker. I'm sorry, but I didn't like it. I DNF'd it, and I thought I would give Wildfire a go because I saw that she brought out a second book in that series, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna give her one last shot with like her writing. And so yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by Wildfire and how much I did like it, because yeah, Icebreaker, honestly don't know what it was about Icebreaker, I just wasn't fully invested in, and like, I like the characters, but I don't know, I think it was the storyline, I just didn't like the storyline, whereas this storyline I did really like, and I loved Russie's character, and Aurora, I loved Aurora as well. I really liked their chemistry and their dynamic. And so yeah, so they meet at a party. Yeah, they meet at a party like briefly, and then Aurora was going back to this camp she always used to go to when she was younger to work there, and Russ actually had the same job and he ended up working at the camp as well, so they ended up meeting again. And yeah, it kind of blossoms from there because when they met at the party, you know, it got spicy, you know, they did stuff together, and then they didn't see each other, and then they then see each other again at this camp, and it's kind of like, oh my god, like, I didn't think I was going to see you again. And yeah, and it kind of just goes from there. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was really cute, so I recommend this one as well. Though one of my favorites was Flawless by Elsie Silver, and this was because I have never read any cowboy romance at all. I think this was actually my first one, so that's why I'm highly rating it, because it was my first cowboy romance, and I really did like it. Like, I like the characters, loved the storyline. So he's a professional bull rider, and she is the daughter of his agent. Yeah, of his agent. Yeah, so it needed like a babysit because to like help his image, because he had been seen punching someone. So yeah, so she kind of went there to kind of help him, and then their romance kind of blossoms, and yeah, it was really cute. And so I can't wait to read the other books in the series, because I'm pretty sure it's his brother's. I'm pretty sure the next one is his brother, and then the one after that is his brother as well. I'm pretty sure anyway. That's just by where I'm going. But yeah, I'm the golden boy of professional bull riding, or at least I was until it blew up in my face. Now my agent says I have to clean up my image, so I'm stuck with his ball-busting daughter for the rest of the season as my full-time supervision. But I don't need a goddamn babysitter, especially one with skin-tight jeans, a sexy smirk, and a mouth she can't stop running. A mouth I can't stop thinking about. She says this means nothing. I says this means everything. She says there are boundaries we shouldn't cross, that my reputation can't take any more hits, and neither can her damaged heart. I say I'm going to steal it anyway. So yeah, recommend this, really good. But yeah, I am so excited to read the rest of the books in the series. I'm hopefully going to get them when I go back to uni, which I go back to uni on Saturday, so I'm hopefully next week I'm going to go to the works and finally buy the rest of the series, because yeah, that is one series that I am really excited about starting and finishing, because I've read so many good reviews on it and so many people have hyped it up. So yeah, that these two, because they're by the same author, so I thought I'd do them together. But yeah, Lisa Jewell, I absolutely loved these books because I love a thriller, and so I had got both. I read The Night She Disappeared first, and I had already bought both of them, but I didn't read any of them to start with. But I didn't even realise they were by the same author until I'd read both of them. But yeah, I read The Night She Disappeared. So this happens. So teenage mum Tallulah heads out on a date, leaving her baby son at home with her mother Kim. At 4:30 a.m, Kim awakens to discover that Tallulah has not come home. Friends tell her that Tallulah was last seen heading to a pool party at a house in the woods nearby called Dark Place. Tallulah never returns. And then in summer 2018, and that was summer 2017, so summer 2018, walking in the woods behind the school where her boyfriend has just started teaching, Sophie sees a sign nailed to a fence, a sign that says dig here. And yeah, so this one was really good because you get the flashbacks from the summer 2017, the summer 2018, and then you get flashbacks from before that. So you then get introduced to other characters, because she's at college, like her and her boyfriend are at college now, so you get introduced to them when they're at college and friends that they meet at college. And so yeah, you get like flashbacks, then you get present day, and yeah, it is really good. I highly recommend that book. And then the next book by Lisa Jewell was called Watching You, and this was really crazy. Like, I honestly, half of the time I didn't know what was going on, or who the bad guy was, or anything, but I was fully invested, so I just continued reading. Like, I was like, I'm gonna get through this because this is good. So you're back home after 4 years of working abroad. You're keen to find a place of your own, but for now you're crashing in your big brother's spare room. And then you meet the man next door. He's the head teacher at the local school, twice your age, extraordinary attractive. You find yourself watching him all the time. You never dreamed that your innocent crush might become a deadly obsession, or that someone is watching you. Again, that fully like gets me. I'm like, I'm ready to read it. So yeah, this one again was really good. I don't remember much from it, but I do remember that, like, I do remember little bits of the head teacher and her, and just how weird it was and how weird his son was. But yeah, I do recommend this book as well. Like, Lisa Jewell, for like thrillers, I need to read more of her thrillers actually, because I know she does more. But yeah, I do recommend, if you love thrillers, I definitely recommend reading some of hers. Okay, apart from them, these are the ones that I actually don't have right now. But another book that I absolutely loved, which is one of my favourite ones, was called Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. And I actually have Meet Me at the Lake by her that I haven't read yet, but I do need to read that one. But I don't know if it could ever top Every Summer After, because Every Summer After was absolutely amazing, like friends to lovers. But she wrote it so well, like her writing for it was so well done that I was so invested, and I just loved Sam and Percy, like everything building up from their like childhood, where you get like the flashbacks of each summer, was just so cute. Like how much they cared about each other, and it was just so innocent. Like it was so nice seeing like how innocent, and then them going from being friends to realizing that they liked each other, and then that progressing. Like it's just so cute to see, because you can see like the little bits of like each detail of them finally realizing that they liked each other, and everything from there I absolutely loved in them. And then obviously they don't see each other for like 10 years, and then they rekindle, and then it's like the same spark again, and it's reading that, like them finally seeing each other again and realizing that, you know, after all this time, you know, they're meant for each other. And it was so soulmate energy that, yeah, I was fully invested, and I gave it 5-star, but I wish I could have given it more. Like I would give it infinity star if I could, because yeah, I just loved it so much. It was the cutest book I think I've probably ever read. Like I think I read, yeah, I'm pretty sure I read it in summer as well, because I wanted to get the vibes. Did I read it in summer? Hold on. Yeah, I read it in summer. I read it near my birthday. So yeah, so I wanted to get fully invested, so I was like, I'm going to read it in summer, and so I did. And it kind of made me sad, because I'll never have a friend, like a childhood friends to lovers. So yeah, but it was really cute. Like, oh, I just love it. Like thinking about it now, I'm just like, oh my god, like I want that. And then my other favourites were Make It Sweet and Dear Enemy by Christian Callahan. So Make It Sweet was about an ex-hockey player and a actress called Emma. So Emma is an actress, and she gets axed from her show that she's on, because she is the main girl in it, and so she ends up getting axed from the show. And then she finds out that her boyfriend was in bed with another woman, and then she goes to an estate in California, and it's owned by Lucian's grandmother, who is the main guy in it, and he's an ex-hockey player. And yeah, it's just like their romance blossoming while she's staying at his grandparents' house, and them kind of, I don't know, being there for each other, because he's gone through so much stuff, because he's an ex-hockey player and something happened to him. And then obviously now that she doesn't have her acting job, she kind of needs someone to talk to and someone there for her, and they kind of are that person for each other, which is really cute. And then Dear Enemy is about Macon, Saint and Delilah. So Macon actually used to date Delilah's sister called Samantha, and that's how they know each other. And they haven't seen each other for 10 years because something happened between Macon and Delilah, and she hasn't forgiven him for it, because he was so awful to her. So she ends up becoming his personal chef, because to repay him for something her sister's done. So then it's kind of like a false proximity type of thing, because, you know, she's working in his house, and he always works in his house. Like, he's a businessman, so he's always at home. And then yeah, it's kind of false proximity vibes, and it was really cute, because it was definitely second chance. It was really cute, and I need to read more books by that author as well, because I really enjoyed both of those books. And I gave Dear Enemy 5-star, and I gave Make It Sweet 4-star. So yeah, but them two for me were one of my favourites that I read in 2023. Yeah, I just loved everything about the books. Like, I read them so quick, and I was so invested. Okay, and then like two books that weren't exactly like my favourites like the other books, but I did highly rate them, were King of Wrath and King of Pride by Anna Huang. And I absolutely love her writing. Like, I love the Twisted series, so I knew I was gonna like these books. I haven't read King of Greed just yet, just because I've seen so many mixed opinions and reviews, so I honestly don't know if I'm gonna like it or not, but I definitely do still need to read it, because I think I'm gonna really like this series. Because how many is it, like 7 books is there gonna be, or is there 5? I can't remember. But yeah, I'm so excited for the rest of that series because I love Anna Huang's writing and I love her books. But yeah, them two aren't exactly favourites, but they are ones that I did really like. And yeah, I definitely need to read King of Greed. I don't know why I haven't read it actually, but it just hasn't been on my list for books to read just yet, just because I've put it off. Yeah, just because I've seen so many mixed reviews, so I honestly don't know if I'm gonna like it or not, but I definitely do need to just read it just to give it a review, because yeah, I don't know, I do need to read it. But yeah, those were my favourite books. I know not many, but the few that were my favourite ones, I'm glad that they were, because I'm still thinking about them to this day, and I will definitely reread them at some point. Maybe this year, maybe next year, I honestly don't know. Maybe if I'm in a reading slump, I'll come back to them. But yeah, those were my favourites. And I'm going to do my January TBR actually in this one as well, just because it won't be long. And yeah, I'll do my January TBR as well, just to give you a little glimpse of what I'm going to be reading. And if you also want to know what I'm going to be reading, I probably will post on like my Bookstagram and BookTok as well, if you want to follow me on any of them while you want to see more content. If I'm not posting on here, I'll be posting on them as well. Starting off with my January TBR list, I will be reading the Boys of Tommen series. I'm so excited to read this series, and I absolutely love the covers. Like, the covers are so cute. But I mean, I have kind of already started the first one, but I need time where I can properly sit down and like get into it. But I don't think that'll happen until I'm back at uni, so I'm going to take them with me. But yeah, both of them are on my TBR list because I've seen them everywhere. Like, everyone keeps talking about this series, and I'm so late to the hype. I'm so late to it, but I'm here and I'm ready. I'm ready for the full journey of it. So you have Johnny and Shannon. When two worlds collide, nothing will ever be the same. But yeah, I'm so excited for this because I think is there like 4 books out now? I think there's like 4 books, because doesn't it follow Shannon's brother in the other 2? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's her brother, isn't it? Yeah. So them 2 are on my TBR, and I'm so excited to read them. So I got these from a secondhand bookshop. I got the mixtape. Oh, whoops, my books are going flying. So I got the mixtape by Brittany Cherry, and then I got This Could Change Everything by Jill Mansell. Jill Mansell. Got this one as well. So I got them 2 from a secondhand bookshop, and I actually had this one on my Amazon list for ages. Like, I had seen this one and I saw it at the secondhand bookshop, and I thought, you know what, I'm actually going to get it, because I never got it when I had it on my Amazon list. So yeah, so I got this one, and this one is about a mum who's raising a daughter who is struggling with her job as a bartender, and then the guy in it, he is just recovering from his twin brother dying, and he ends up going into her bar, and I'm guessing it's them hitting it off, which I'm excited about. Don't know what this one's about, but I'm excited for it. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. That's one of the ones on my list. And then obviously I have Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune, which I do need to read because it's been on there for ages. So obviously I read Every Summer After, loved that, so I do need to read this one. One from the works, it's called Trouble by Lex Croucher, and I don't know anything about this book either. I just kind of saw the cover and I really liked the cover. Okay, it gave me like kind of like Bridgerton vibes, so yeah, I got that one, but because I don't know what it's about going into it, but it looks really cute. I'm actually currently reading The Idea of You because I saw that it's becoming a movie with the guy from Red, White and Royal Blue and Anne Hathaway. I saw that there's a trailer coming out, so I'm actually reading that one at the moment because I want to read the book before I watch the movie to see the comparisons and see what's different or what's the same, and get get my thoughts on it as well, because sometimes the book's better than the movie, or sometimes the movie is actually better than the book. So yeah, I definitely want to see the comparison and see which one I prefer. But that is it for like my January TBR for now, because all like the rest of my books are back at uni. So if there is any others that I'm going to add to my list, I will do probably a book talk on it. So if you want to see what I actually do end up reading in January, you can go into my book talk and have a look there. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want any specific videos from me, let me know in the comments below. And all of my socials will be in the description, so you can follow me on anything. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye!